gonna have an engine failure here in about 1 second.
The fuck?
There it is. So coming out of a turn off a long field section, open up the throttle, and all of a sudden it just quit. So I'm doing the basic checklist stuff here. Is the gas on? Basically, is the gas on? Am I out of gas? I'm not. It's 1 lap into a 2-hour race. I got plenty of fuel. Kick it a few times. I've had this bike 20 years. It has never once flooded on me, as I'll say at least once in this whole video. When, out of nowhere, my buddy Sam shows up.
I was coming on that turn, I opened it and went boom, boom, boom.
Yep. And he had a 200, I think it was no 4.
Yeah, I mean it.
And knows his way around these bikes pretty well. Luckily, he has some advice.
Plug cap's on, that's not plugged up.
Yep. That being the tailpipe.
Flooded or nothing?
What's that?
Flooded or nothing?
No, I was just opening it up to, you know, turn and go like normal and it shut down.
Yeah.
You try turning that, maybe it got gum in there.
He's messing with the
Should point
petcock.
straight up for on.
It's
The way I turn it's reserved, so.
it's all gum.
Yeah, it's super fucking stiff.
Really stiff.
Yeah, it just flooded or shut down on me.
That'll be a course worker.
It's usually on reserve, yeah.
That's disgusting. I did the same thing with my 200.
Turns out the course worker is the same one that pulled me out in about 45 minutes. And Sam's going to give me a technique that I hadn't had to ever use on this bike, but me maybe had to on his 200.
So do full throttle, get 3 slow dry pumps, slow ones.
And at this point, we still think it's flooded.
One more. Alright, now give it.
It's trying.
Yeah, it's flooded.
I was sick of getting fucking whooped by those 10,000s anyway.
1,000s.
I'm right there with you.
One
Fucking
fucker
tired.
just doored me coming out of a turn, son of a bitch. Like,
I got caught up on one of the hills in the first lap behind some. They gotta put the slower guys in the fucking very back, dude. Started getting caught up behind those guys.
yep.
I shouldn't have caught row 900. Shouldn't have caught row 900 within the half.
The first half of the fucking first lap,
Yeah.
I was behind 2 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big problem here. We're in the 1100 row, and I was catching 900 riders
Yep.
in the first half of the
I've
first
never,
lap,
ever had
5
to
miles
fight
into the
one.
race. Oh, fired up. Alright, goggles on, we're going to pin her here in a second.
Thanks, guys.
And it sounds fine to me now. If you listen really close right before it stalls out, you can hear it start to burble a little bit and kind of break up. And that's a little bit of foreshadowing for about 15-20 seconds from
Well, this'll be
now.
fun.
So we're in a grass track now. I know the camera sucks, but pretty soon we're going up a relatively steep one-line hill. Not here. Here's the hill. And dead.
Fuck! I'm going to the truck.
New course worker who gives me some
It's flooded.
inspirational but poor advice in a second here.
We just did this down there. We just did this down there.
Now Sam is touching my back tire at this point because he followed me up the hill. and I'm ready just to put it in the truck. But this course worker has some magic touch.
Yeah, we got it running and it just quit again. I'm going to take it to the truck.
And as you'll see in about a second, gets this thing fired up. Make me look like a bitch. Right there.
Done.
There's Sam, patiently, nicely waiting.
What's the quickest way out?
Turns out Sam waited a couple minutes at the next turn off. I never made
it
it.
was right there 20 seconds ago that it did the same thing, so I'm not going to do this shit.
Here comes the inspiration.
Kinda. I don't care about points, but...
Just spin it. I know it sucks. Even if you're having a terrible time, spin it.
This ain't my first rodeo.
Yeah, get them checkered flags.
Get them checkered flags. What's going on my handlebars? You'll notice I took the gas cap off, thinking maybe I was starving for fuel somehow. I've had problems with that gas cap in the past. That wasn't the case. So here, I'm parked right next to a puddle and spent the next several 15-20 minutes just getting splashed by every single racer that came through. The AA guys came through, everybody in front of them. I ended up just pushing the bike back to the truck. A little bit of further breakdown today. Took the stator apart and took the plug out, kicked it over, and the spark was super weak. Changed out the coil with a spare that I have, and no change on that. Short-circuited the kill switch, and basically I think I got a bad CDI. So hopefully before the next race I can get a new CDI. I might order a new stator, I might order a new kill switch to replace everything one by one until it fires and see what happens. But that CDI is 2, maybe 3 years old along with the stator. Kill switch is a year old, coils replaced the CDI, so we'll see. This was miserable. I sat there getting sprayed. That course worker that helped me last came by in a few seconds here and he kicked on it for a while until he got tired of getting splashed. He gave up, told me just to push it straight through the trees. Ended up following the trail backwards for a little bit and getting smelled out. So big thanks to the NYOA course workers here at Dream Riders. Here's that course worker.
Yes. I thought maybe it wasn't, it was, vent was plugged.
You see that mud coming in. This sucked. It was cold. It was not fun sitting here. And this dude gave me a few minutes of his time and he really should have just kept going. But anyway, big thanks to all the NYOA workers. Dream Riders was a great course. This is my third NYOA race. I've done less than 1 lap before either breaking the bike or getting hurt. So, or about a lap before getting hurt or breaking.
Yep.
Hopefully we can change that soon. But until next time, happy trails.